Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 20 of Direwolf20's server play, hanging out with Tog and Azanor at the moment. I think they're the only ones on TeamSpeak too. Soren's here, but he's not talking, so he's probably AFK. I want to get started messing around with Thaumcraft. I know I said I was going to do it last episode, but Azanor hooked us up with a new version, and he told me Pahimar was lying. It wasn't that broken, it was just difficult, and probably more difficult than intended maybe. Is that right, Azanor?
Yeah, it still needs some balancing, but yeah, that's one of the reasons it's on the server, but it's not broken, I think.
Yeah, no.
Cool. Well, no, like, he made it sound like it was broken, like something didn't work.
Well, there was an issue where you forgot to have, like, an aspect in the world, right?
Oh, yes, I had it in, and then during one of my rebalancing of the aspects, I accidentally removed it, so it was impossible to get.
Gotcha. So now aspects are these little neat little things that are showing up when you hold shift above the items in your inventory, right?
Yes.
And those represent like the core components or elements inside the items?
Yes.
Cool. And they'll be used pretty heavily, I'm assuming, both in crafting and in research.
Yes, they do.
Yep, like for example, I know I researched like the magical candle thingy, and it wound up, you know, not to give too many spoilers out, like that the symbol to craft the candle was like 4 of those little meat symbols that's above a steak, for example.
Yep.
And so I assume that one steak has 4 meat symbols in it, so that one steak can therefore make one candle wax thingy. But if you had an item that had 2 meat symbols, you'd have to put 2 of those items in to get the wax thingy.
Yes, exactly.
Cool, I was right. See, I was just kind of guessing, but I'm getting there with it. And then I noticed that there's some of these symbols, I don't know if it shows up always. I think it only shows up while researching, where there's a number that glows. What's that about? And sparkles? Maybe I'll get to that in a minute once I actually get a research thing going on. I have a magic wand right now, which I'm happy about. Can I turn Tog into a frog?
Not with that one, no.
Oh. I think that has to happen at some point. Only Tog, though.
Only me. Special code for me.
Yeah, if player.name equals Tog. Alright, so over here I'm going to make my neat little table here. Now, I needed to... Alright, arcane, whatchamacallit. Yeah. How do I do this now? I know there was a way to do this. How do I get the arcane work table? Don't I just right-click it with the wand?
For research or crafting?
Crafting.
First you need to create a table.
Oh, just a table. It's not a. It's not. Wasn't it a work table, a workbench at some point?
The arcane work. Yeah, you turn it into an arcane workbench. The table.
Okay, cool. So I have to get myself a table, which is pretty easy to make, as you guys can see. I'm going to get myself a handful of these wooden slabs, because I'm going to need quite a few. Let's just go with 4 tables for now. I think that's one more than I need.
You actually need 2 tables, right?
3, I think, right? 1 for the crafting and 2 for the research.
Yes, that's right.
Alright, so I made a table, and then I just right-click the table with a wand. Hey, that's cool. And the wand goes inside the table, right?
Yes, you can remove it again.
Yep, so I can get it out if I want to. So I assume that this is your crafting grid, basically, for lack of a better term, for your magical Thaumcrafty stuff.
Only the very basic items. It also acts as a normal crafting table, but the more advanced crafting, like the portable hull and the ones and such, it'll actually have its own crafting system.
Oh, cool. Oh, you know what else I need is I have to get some iron because I want a crucible.
I know you're all about research so a lot of the stuff wouldn't make sense to have like an NEI, but does the basic stuff work, or do you have plans for anything?
What do you mean exactly?
Well, I know you have to like, or do you still have to like unlock recipes before you can craft them?
Almost all of them, yes.
Yeah.
Just the basic stuff like the tables, obviously, you need them to start researching and such. So you have them from the get-go, but yeah, everything else needs research.
Yeah, but you don't have like any custom crafting devices that you would register with NEI or anything, right? It's only the unlockable research.
Ta-da! I just made a cauldron. Or a crucible. Whatchamacallit. Yeah. And the way I did that, in case YouTube wasn't paying attention, was to take a vanilla cauldron, throw any shard in there, and those shards come from that ore that I've been mining the last couple episodes. You can see a few examples of them here. And just toss it in there and right-click with the wand. And you notice the wand took a little damage when I did that. Now that wand is going to recharge with the local aura, right, Asnor?
It should, yes.
As long as it's in my hotbar.
Or in your inventory, anyway.
Oh, anywhere in the inventory. Nice. Very cool. Now I need to get a heat source underneath this thing. I'm thinking I want to make that red power 2 block that produces flame on a redstone signal. So let's go find where that is. New version of red power, fixed NEI. So it should be in here somewhere. Whatchamacallit? This thingy, the igniter. Just needs a deployer, some redstone, and some flint and steel. Which block state?
The wand, since I was looking at the GUI when you had the wand in it, the wand showed on top of the table, which is really cool, but it only updates its state when you open the GUI.
Yes, I believe I noticed that.
Yeah, I might look at it.
Like maybe, I know most GUI state, you usually only have to send it when you have the GUI open, but maybe you can force that one.
Yeah.
It's just like a tile entity update or something.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I had a lot of netherrack in my inventory. Oh well.
Are you making like another rack fire or an igniter?
I'm making the red power 2 igniter.
Those are cool. I was planning on doing that for mine.
I mean, like, I just figure, like, hey, that makes perfect sense, right? We gotta do this right. And where is the spider that I keep hearing?
On your roof.
I'll go kill him.
Oh, thank you. You know, I put torches up there so that they wouldn't spawn up there anymore.
Yeah, but they crawl up the walls.
I know they do, but, like, they should stop.
Yeah.
I'll do something about them so they can't do that anymore. I don't know, we'll see.
So I think this is a while ago, but I assume you noticed that Elaram fixed her items appearing in NEI?
Yes, I think that was last night. Missed it again. Don't make me get a screwdriver now. There we go. Now where do I want the lever for this to be? Maybe like somewhere.
Is it good to have like a constant fire, Asnar? Or
I'm sure it's okay, but I'm just having fun now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's constant or not.
Well, I was thinking like, a pressure plate, in front of it, you stand on it. But if you want it to be on when you're not around it, then, that's another thing.
At this point, I'm just having a good time.
Looks like you're making a mess of the wall. Where are you?
I am. I know.
Are you putting it on the side here?
Yep, you got it. Now that's funny. Was there a new version of Red Power today? I don't think so.
Well, that works.
That's the plan. Things working. Oh my, that was an explosion. There was a creeper under that hole. Oh well, I'll fix that later. See? If I had a portable hole, I'm just saying I wouldn't have had to drill my way through the wall. So, there we go. Lever on and off. How cool is that?
You have a stone brick?
I do. I know it was bothering you, Tog.
I was just wondering.
Alright, so, we gotta get some water in here, right, Azenor?
Yep.
Right now, only buckets can do that?
Vanilla bottles can as well.
Ah,
They're actually
bottles,
better
cool.
to use, actually.
You,
Do bottles stack when they have liquid in them?
yes.
Nice. That's
Oh,
what's
when
up.
they have liquid in them?
No, they don't.
Oh.
No? I know creosote oil stats. What, vanilla water bottles don't?
Not when, only when they're empty.
That's annoying. Because, yeah, creosote oil, whether it's in an empty bottle or a creosote bottle, they stack.
Yeah, they don't stack. I'll make that look nice later. I'll probably have to get some kind of water source in here. So this thing is going to be used to make some other cool stuff, right, Azenor? What's the plan here with this thing? Besides, you know, being awesome in many ways.
Well, it's used to craft many of the basic resources you're going to use throughout the game.
Cool. So once you put some water in there, it should start boiling in a few seconds. There it's going, right?
Looks like it.
Nice. So once the water's boiling, we're ready to start combining stuff. Now, we can't really just start combining things. Well, we can, and we might randomly fall upon some stuff. But we're going to want to get a couple tools, specifically the scribing tools.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
If you want to do experimental research, yeah, you can use them.
Yeah, we're going to want some
Or-
scribing tools. Ooh, I don't have any ink sacs. Do you have any ink sacs by chance, Mr. Tog?
Yeah, I can hop back to my base real quick.
Cool. I would be most appreciative. Store my extra glass in there for now. So scribing tools basically are going to be used for manual research, but then you can also use them for using the research table. We're going to need a pair of tables set up. I'm going to put them in this corner over here. So 2 of those tables together and right click with the scribing tools, right?
Yes.
Nice. I'm going to go craft them up real quick. You have the ink sac for me there, Tog?
I threw a few at you.
Yes, you did. Thank you, sir. Just need to grab some feathers real quick. Really? I don't have feathers either? Alright, YouTube. I'll be back when I'm more prepared. Woot! Azenor has a skin now. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm seeing your skin, Azenor.
Cool.
Alright, so he hooked me up with a nice feather, and I have a glass bottle. So feather plus glass bottle plus ink sac will yield us the scribing tools. Now these guys, like I said, you can either randomly throw items into the crucible here, right? And why does this thing keep turning off? Maybe because there's no oxygen to it? I don't know. I might just throw some netherrack down there. You can either just randomly throw things in here and try and craft stuff, and if you have scribing tools and paper in your inventory, it may turn into a little research item, right?
Yep.
But instead, I'm going to right-click on this little desk here with the scribing tools, and it'll turn into a neat little research table. How cool is that? Fancy. Now, we were talking earlier about the little symbols above items. See how there's like little symbols above almost everything here in my inventory? And it also goes through and looks at items that may, you know, be from mods and whatnot. So you can see that even diamond drills and sapphire swords and portal guns all have these little symbols. And it's determining that through the recipe. Is that right, Azenor, of the item?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. So you can see my bacon gun here has a raw pork chop involved, which has the symbols there. So that's where it's getting the symbols from on my portal gun. Pretty cool. So if I wanted to, what's a good thing to start researching first? Can you give me a little tip on something I should go look at?
Well, what have you researched already? You said
Nothing.
you did the candles. Nothing.
Oh no, in my single player I did the candles, but in on the server here, nothing.
Let's have a quick look at my book.
Cool. Oh yeah, I should make a
Probably-
Thaumcraft, shouldn't I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean if I'm gonna now I need to get a bookshelf, right?
Yes.
And right click it with the arcane wand thingy.
Yep.
The wand of the apprentice. All right, so let me get some books here. I have just enough sugar canes to pull this off. So for a change, I have what I need. Hey, you know what? I don't have is enough leather, I don't think. Nope, I only have one leather. So I'm going to need more of that. I know where there's a good cow farm, though. Sprinting, running away from what I know is behind me to be bad things. Oh good, the sun's coming up. I'm going to go kill some cows and get some leather. I keep forgetting that you need, you know, leather for books now. It's driving me nuts. Alright, that should be enough. There we go, bookshelf, and I'll need my wand. And this should get me my Thaumcraft. Ta-da! Oh wow, that wand refills pretty quickly, doesn't it?
Yep, as long as you're an aura, it will refill quite quickly.
Yeah, well. Now, how do I... Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. It just turned into that little purplish thing, and now I've got my Thaumcraft. Nice. So this guy is going to keep track of all the stuff you researched as it did in the past. So you can see here there's a couple things early on that we can start messing with. So what's the bottom one that says missing research? The cauldron. It looks like.
When you unlock the 3 researchers linked to it, then it'll unlock. So you probably need to do one of the 3 above it, which is, well, Elementum and Nital and
Looks like a gold
basic
nugget.
transmutation.
Oh, that's what that is. Basic transmutation. Okay, cool. And then this is that stuff that I told you I found. It's okay. I got it. So basically, in order to get to this little cauldron-y thing, I need to unlock all 3 of these researches first.
Yep.
Okay, now what about that, what looks like some kind of ingot at the top? I need to unlock basic transmutation to get to the ingot.
Yes.
Cool. All right, well, let's try and figure out Nitor. Now, as I recall, Nitor is the wait a second, Elementium. That's Elementium, was the blue stuff. And that was coal and redstone in the original Thaumcraft. And do you mind me spoiling the crafting recipes for these, or the research recipes for these guys?
No, not at all. I think it's fairly out there already. A lot of people have been streaming research and such.
All right, so I'm going to need that, and I'm going to need some paper. I'm going to need more reeds. So I'm going to go to miner here and get some more reeds, or digger, and I'll be back in a few minutes, you two. All right, I am back, and I've got a bunch of sugarcane. And as we can see, sugarcane has some plant and water, it looks like. What are they called? Elements or aspects?
Aspects.
Cool. So we need paper to start researching things, and that goes right here. There we go. Wherever it fits is where it goes. Now, what's the difference between cursory and thorough research?
Cursory research, it's quicker, but and you have a very small chance of losing the item, but you also don't gain very much. You have only a small chance to gain anything out of it. Thorough research, you have a much larger chance to gain something, but you're almost guaranteed to lose the item.
Gotcha.
It's not 100%, but it's a good chance.
Okay. So basically, thorough chance is better if you really want to get going with stuff and you don't mind if you lose what you're researching.
Yeah, the idea is with thorough research, you're actually taking the item apart and messing with it, and cursory, you're just taking a good look at it.
I gotcha. That's cool. Now, if I put both redstone and coal inside this thing, right? So coal has, it looks like, potentia, ignis, and saxum, and you can see, like, you know, what their elements are made up of. And then redstone adds in the mechanism or the machine device element there. I keep calling them elements. When I research now, is it going to research both coal and redstone, or does it do coal and then next time I research it does redstone?
No, all the items you put in these 5 slots, in fact, it ignores the items. It just looks at the aspects and it will check for each of the items in the to see if you lose them. So it's actually better not to research them together because they share some aspects
I
like
gotcha.
potentia. So and they don't stack. You see the rating for coal is 2 and the rating for redstone is 2, but if you put them together, they don't go to 4. It still stays at 2.
Okay, and if the number is
It,
higher, does that give you a better chance of researching that aspect when you hit the button?
yes, the higher the number is, the bigger your chances.
Okay, that's cool. So if you put in something in there that has a lot higher number on it, then you're definitely, you have a much better chance of getting what you need. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and it also progresses more at a time if you're lucky. So
Cool. All right, well, I'm going to research some coal here. Now, you can see, guys, I already clicked the button, and I got something going on in this table. I don't know what it is yet. It's unknown, right? Unknown theory. It used up some paper. So I'm going to research a little bit more, and I'm keeping the coal in there, right? So, oh, look, I got another thing. So by researching, we've got these 2 question marks. They're right now both obscured, so we don't know what elements they're all about. So I'm going to keep on researching here and see what I find. So you can see sometimes I research, and if you watch those little lines, they're going to move on. So one of the components of whatever this research theory is, oh, I already discovered what it is. It's elementum. Nice. So one of the components of elementum is potentia. And I'm going to keep researching until I get my potentia up to 100%. You can see it's at 62 now. Another component of it is ignis, or the fire aspect, right? So that looks cool. So if I keep on researching here, oh wow, I got the 3rd one already. Nice. So there we go. Potentia is getting bumped up to 100%. So that means we finished researching potentia, and we want to keep going with the ignis one. Okay. So let's keep researching ignis until we get rid of all the fire. Now we know that saxum, or the stone, is probably the last element or aspect of the elementum. Is that right, Azanor?
no, the moment you pass 50% research in total, all the aspects pop up. So the 3rd one just popped up because you passed 50%.
Oh,
As
okay.
you see, it's not actually increasing. It's
right. So let's throw some redstone in there. Maybe this is machina, or the mechanism one.
I would guess aluminum would be metal, but
Alumentum? Might be metal. I don't know.
If you look at the top, or in the middle, there's a little page there at the top. It gives a description of what you're currently researching. There's usually a clue in there.
Right. The substance throbs with energy. All right. Oh, is it maybe magic? Could be magic, right? I'm gonna go get some of those shards.
So, I have a question on the multiplayer aspect. Does it, is it researchable for like anyone looking at it, or is it like bound to this particular instance of these research notes, or how does that work?
It's bound to the research notes, and when the research notes, when you reach 100%, you get to complete the discovery. And you don't actually complete the research until you use the discovery. You right-click with it in your inventory, and then it gets used up. So only one person actually is able to gain the research, unless you're in creative mode, then it doesn't get used up. But I mean, someone else can take that notes if it's half completed and go and finish it themselves. It's not locked per player. I mean, anyone can pick up the research note because it's a stack of paper describing how it works. So it makes sense that anyone else can complete it if it's only half done.
All right,
Yeah,
But
I
only one
accidentally.
person can gain the knowledge.
I'm a little bit lost here. I don't know what to research now. I'm confused.
Well, if you look at the description, it mentions unstable. So think of what's unstable.
TNT? Oh wait,
So that's
gunpowder,
gonna
right? Gunpowder was unstable, isn't it? I'm gonna grab some gunpowder and see if that helps. See guys, it's a good thing Azanor's here. He doesn't have a skin again, but that's okay. So this gives me Fractus, which is the destruction, fragmented, shattered. Let's give that guy a little bit of a research.
Has a pretty good
Hey, there we
chance
go.
of
That was it. It was gunpowder.
Oh,
Nice.
75% already.
Yeah. Come on, we're almost there. There we go. 100% complete. Look at that. Nice. So now this turned into a discovery for Alimentum. Awesome. And if I right-click this guy, see, I can kind of look at it in my hand here, right? Look at that. And then right-clicking it gives me the research. And my Thaumanomicon should tell me, oh look, I've got this neat little green line here, and my Alimentum Mystical Energy Source, research completed. And if I click on this guy in here, it should tell me how this Elementium is produced. So I need 3 Fractus, 6 Ignis, and 6 Potentia, right?
Yep.
So I need 3 Fractus. Let's get... So that's 1 gunpowder is 4 Fractus, so 1 gunpowder will be enough. I
It's
need
gotta
4
be
fire. So
I
that'll
think
be...
it has to be in proportion.
Does it? Alright, so I've got 3
I'm not
Fractus, 6 Ignis, and 6 Potentia. Okay, so what that
If you
means
want to
is...
create 10 Elementum, it'll mean you'll need 30 Fractus and 60 Ignis and 60 Potentia.
Oh, cool, and then when I right-click, it'll make that many of them?
Yes. There's
I
a
gotcha.
limit, however. The basic apprentice one has very little charge in it. As you can see at the top, it says it costs 5V to create 1 Elementum. And the basic one only can handle up to 50V at a time.
Oh.
So if you put too much ingredients there, you're gonna not be able to craft it.
Okay. So it can hold 50 Vs at a time. Gotcha. So I'm determining that I get 4 of the explosion power from gunpowder and 4 fire. And then I get 2 more fire from coal. So that'll give me 6 fire that I need. The coal gives me 2 of that mechanical thing, the blue symbol. And then 2 from redstone each. So if I put 2 redstone, 1 coal, and 1 gunpowder in, I should get what I need, right?
It should work, yeah.
So that's what I need to do. So let's see, is this thing boiling? This flame keeps going out, and that's bothering me a lot. Why does the flame keep going out?
Does it maybe need a timer or something to keep it going?
No, I thought it was just redstone signal on, you're good. But, oh well, I'll mess with it later. For now, I'm just going to go with the old netherrack. I locked you out, Tog. I'm wondering if it's like air starved or something, but anyway. How's our water doing? Is it boiling? There we go, it's boiling. Okay, now don't stand on there because when there's fire it hurts. I'm going to throw in my redstone, coal, and gunpowder. And now I should be able to right click this guy with my wand. Ta-da! Something happened. What happened?
Oop, I accidentally picked it up. There it is.
Oh, okay, Aznor stole it from me. And hey, I've got Elementum now. Nice! That's really cool. Now, of course, I got to fill this thing back up with water in order for this to work again.
If you have a regular cauldron, can't you get unlimited water out of that?
No, a bucket empties it, and you can fill, I think, 3 bottles or 4 bottles from it.
Ah.
That is cool. So let's try this a little bit more crazy. Zombies everywhere. Oh, it's a brainy zombie too. I will take your brains. I gotta fix that hole so I stop hearing zombies all night.
Yeah, I've collected a few zombie brains.
So now if I put one, come back here, you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should get 3 elementum. And I did. Awesome. Now this stuff I can use like coal, right, Azenor? Like I could in the last one?
Yes.
Very cool. I could research it too if I want, because it has a bunch of stuff in it. See, it tells me there too. It's also made of 3 of the gunpowder, 6 of the fire, and 6 of the mechanical thing. Nice. Now, I did have another question for you, right? So, if you come look at my research table, if I put like beast shards in the research table, for example, one of these symbols has like this glowing number on the top left. The glass one does. What's that about?
The table, whenever you put something in, it checks the local environment, and if it finds something that matches the symbol, then you get a bonus. So currently the glass rating is actually 4. It's the 2 normal rating plus a 2 bonus. And it varies.
What
there's
determines
lots of stuff
that?
in the world. Well, blocks, even different kinds of mobs in the world will give you a bonus if they're near enough to the table.
That's really cool. I like the sound of that.
Like, the fire can give you a bonus if it's near enough, right? And water and various other things.
Yes. Some obviously you need quite a few of them nearby to get a bonus. Others, especially the rarer things, you just need 1 or 2 blocks to get quite a substantial bonus.
Alright, I want to get Nitor going here. Because if I recall, that's glowstone is involved in Nitor, right?
Probably.
Yep.
I remember glowstone being a big part of it, so let's see. I'm going to research this guy.
Is it just me, or did, like, the table turn around?
It did.
I rebuilt it.
You rebuilt it?
Oh, okay, cool.
My OCD kicked in.
Yeah, what determines where the ink goes on it?
That depends on what side you click with the scribing tools.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So I'm researching. I got Lux. That's probably good. Now I'm going to obviously throw some redstone in there because I'm sure that's involved. Maybe some coal. Who knows? 87%. We're almost there with the Lux. Alright, we got Nitro up to 40% complete in total. Alright, cool. So we're going to get glowstone out of there. We're going to throw some redstone in. It's probably involved somehow. There we go. Nitro's up to 45%. And once we hit 50, we'll start getting some hints, right? Oh, there we go. Yep, and we got the 2 thingies. That's cool. There's the potentia, the power. And I'm not going to spoil all the research, by the way, YouTube. Not going to happen. We're probably getting close to wrapping up point 2. Let's see. This flame seems to be fueled by magic itself. The number of uses for a never-burning flame seems endless, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to produce much heat. Alright, well if it's fueled by magic, I guess magic is the next symbol that I have to research. That sounds like a good hint. I'll research some air shards and see if that helps out. So we've got magic symbol in there. I don't have that many shards though. I haven't been mining these things as much as I probably should have been. Come on! Alright, I'm starting to think magic isn't the 3rd symbol here.
No, it's not.
Well, you know what? It says it's a flame, so maybe it's flame that's the next symbol. Oh, I'm getting a bonus to the fire, too. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, yeah, we're definitely closing in on the wrapping up point. But look, I got the 3rd symbol. Nice. So it was definitely coal that I need to get going in there. And that got me my fire symbol, which we're working our way towards 100%. Come on, research some fire for me. There we go. Discovery, Nitor. Nice. Research completed. I like it. So now Nitor, the Eternal Flame, requires 4 fire, 6 lux, and 4 potentia. Okay. So what all is involved in that? So if I want 4 fire and 4 potentia, then I'll need 2 coal, and 6 lux will be 2 glowstone. So 2 coal and 2 glowstone in here ought to get me 1 Nitor. And then after I get that, it's wrapping up point, guys. Sorry to say. You'll also note that the coal won't be absorbed into the cauldron until the water starts to boil. So there we go. The water started boiling, and now we're good. Back away, Tog. You're going to steal my item. Magic. I like it. And I like how the magical item that you produce kind of floats there as that purple little shiny thing.
It's actually supposed to show the item as well, but it seems to be bugged at the moment.
That's okay. It's cool. Now, can I still put these Nitor up as torches?
Not yet.
Not yet? No right-clicking of Nitor? Now, can you still combine Nitor and Elementium into something cool, or not anymore? Or not yet?
Eventually, yes. That's also not implemented yet.
That's okay, buddy. Nobody's going to hold anything against you for not being implemented yet. We know you're working hard on this thing. I think people are really excited to see Thaumcraft starting to show up and get some things going on. There we go. That ought to get me... Hey, there we go. That time it showed the item inside the purple thing.
Yeah, so.
Nice. All right. Well, guys, I think this is pretty much a wrapping up point for episode 20. We got a lot of progress done with Thaumcraft. Is there anything I can make in this table yet, by the way?
A couple of things. The candles and the thermometer and the goggles are
Nice.
crafted in there.
Maybe we'll come back next time and start looking at how to get some of those items. I'm going to do a little bit of research. You guys have seen the research mechanic, and at this point, I think it would probably bore you to see it anymore. So I'm going to research off camera and see what I can't figure out. Also, it'll help kind of protect... Well, no, it won't, because once you see what I use to make items, you'll know what to research. So I'm trying not to spoil too much research for you guys, because, you know, but we'll see. Anyway, Direwolf20 signing off. Thanks, Azanor, for hanging out and helping me, you know, figure out this whole research system. It's pretty awesome, dude. I love it.
Cool.
And thanks, Tog, for chilling with us and, you know, standing there.
Yep.
All right, guys. Take it easy.